I need to shave so bad. What up everyone, you're watching Emerald TV, the place to be to learn strategies on living your highest potential through the mind, body, and spirit, all while having fun. So it's a little over a week after 2014. I know a lot of us have made a lot of New Year's resolutions and goals that we would love to achieve this year. To be honest, I'm not a huge fan of New Year's resolutions. I'm not a huge fan of waiting an entire year to declare what you're fully capable of. But I am up for having an amazing 2014. I believe every single second, every minute, every moment, you can truly become what you really desire. If you want to lose weight, don't wait an entire year to do it. One thing that I want to get clear with you guys is that achieving your goals or New Year's resolution doesn't magically happen. It's accepting and acknowledge that it's going to be a process. It's not going to happen instantly. I'm not saying to not be content with where you are. Acceptance of where you currently are and not liking where it is a great place to start. What I'm saying is that going out to achieve these big goals requires a mindset of urgency and rigorosity. And as simple as it is to declare our New Year's resolutions, it isn't exactly easy to go out there and achieve it. One thing that we tend to forget with all these goals and resolutions is that these are a series of habits and steps that we need to go through in order to achieve them. As a culture, particularly the American culture, we have this grinded out mentality, no pain, no gain, pretty much will ourselves to a win. In my own personal experience, willpower is only a part of that solution. The issue is how we use this willpower. For example, Kobe Bryant, this season is injured, but we've seen how great he is, and we can see him will himself to win a game once in a while, but he can't do that for an entire NBA season. If he could, then he wouldn't need the rest of the team. But the guy is human and he can't do that every single night. Same thing with us. We assume that this willpower thing is like an on and off switch. We could turn it on and it instantly happens. It doesn't work that way. Willpower is more like a muscle or a battery. Eventually, if we use it up too much, it needs to just take a break and recharge. Psychology and behavioral economics professor Dan O'Reilly believes and explains that willpower has its limits. He calls this phenomenon the ego depletion, which pretty much means that we have a limited amount of decisions and willpower that we can use throughout the day before we're just tired. Let's take a look at the scenario. You had a long day of work, you're starving, and your roommate and significant other bought some pizza and has left some leftovers on the kitchen table. Now, some of you may think, looking at that pizza, say you think to yourself, I promised myself that I'm only going to eat healthy food. Then you jump to another thought, but it's going to take another 15 to 20 minutes to just cook it and get it ready. And then you jump to another thought. I have been pretty good and pretty consistent this week in my exercise and clean eating, so I deserve a treat. And boom, right there, the battle is lost. Why does this happen? Again, ego depletion. Willpower doesn't always work. Another example, some of us say that we were going to wake up early in the morning and do some of the work that we promised to do, but come morning time and we hear the alarm, some of us hit that snooze button. Again, willpower working against us. Understand that the best way to use your willpower is to use it for one thing at a time. One of the hugest mistakes that we tend to do in terms of grinding it out and using our willpower is that we try to do everything all at once. There's plenty already going on in our lives. Trying to do everything all at once is just a recipe for disaster. It's no wonder that by June, according to WebMD and Static Brain, that 44% of Americans are the only ones left continuing with their health goals, which isn't too bad. It's a little less than half, but that's still a pretty big drop-off. Anyways, here are a couple ways that you can make 2014 the best year ever. I know I talked a little longer than usual. It's a little unplanned video made for you guys, but hope you guys enjoy this. First, close out 2013, meaning allow yourself to process the things you accomplished and didn't accomplish. A lot of us have this inflated idea that we didn't really get that much done in this past year, or it just sucks. If we really take the time to process it and look back, we'll see that we probably did a lot more than we did. So allow yourself to process 2013. It gives you an opportunity to reflect on what you accomplished, what you didn't accomplish, and also you get to see what worked and didn't work. So that way you can move forward and what's going to work better with you. So that way we don't repeat the same mistakes. The last thing we want to do for 2014 is bring in the old from 2013. Whether you achieved a lot or not, use it as feedback that you can use to grow for this year. Number 2, be specific with what your goals are and create action steps to get there. The problem is with most goals is that we're not specific enough in what we want to get. I want to lose weight, I want to get more money, I want to be in a relationship, or I want to be single, whatever it is for you. Okay, how much, by when, or what kind of person, where, and again, by when. Get specific. Lose 20 pounds by March 1st. Earn 25K by June 30th. Go on a date every Friday night and be in a relationship by February 14th. If the words eventually and someday are in the same sentence as your goals, more than likely it's not going to happen. Someday is the place where 99% of dreams go to die. So once you're clear with what you want, set out action steps. As mentioned, our goals are a series of habits and steps that we need to conquer and achieve. And don't just think about what these actual steps are. Write them all down. Create that to-do list so you can easily start conquering, scratching it out as you go through it. So a simple breakdown that I always go with my clients so it's easy and achievable is I do week by week steps. Week 1, focus on a good breakfast. Week 2, lunch and breakfast. Week 3, the whole shebang, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Week 4, enter a cheat day, so on and so forth. It's easy, so eventually that they can cross off instead of having to deal with this huge monstrous beast of a goal. Keep in mind that these are steps. That doesn't mean go out and do everything all at once. Again, one of the best ways to set yourself up for failure is to chase after everything and spread yourself out thin. You'll find yourself burnt out pretty quick. And once you've gotten this figured out, take freaking action. Don't just live off the high of goal setting. Get it done. Commit to what you declared. But what happens if you don't achieve the goal by the set date? Then you die. Just kidding. Whether you achieve your goal or not, once that date comes, if you've achieved it, congratulations. Amazing work. If not, don't worry. Take a look back at what you've created and what you've accomplished compared to not taking action and getting clear with what you really want. Just renegotiate for another date if you want to keep going with this goal. One of the hugest lessons in goal setting or goal achieving is perseverance. We live in a culture of instant gratification. If we're not getting it, we're not getting the results right off the bat, we're off to the next shiny thing. But with that in mind though, don't let it be a reason for you to be a slacker. Number 3, track your progress. What gets measured gets managed. The more you can measure and see your own progress, the better chance you actually have in achieving your goal because you're receiving the instant feedback. 4, know why you're doing it. And I don't just mean the surfacey kind of I want to look good or I'm tired of being broke kind of reasons. As valid as these reasons are, they're not going to be enough to push you forward to truly be consistent and achieve your goal. You need enough deep and emotional reasons to really push you through. And 5, be flexible. A lot of us can be pretty black and white when it comes to our goals. Again, in this age of instant gratification, perseverance is the last thing in our mind. Some of us have been in that scenario of when we have an accidental cheat meal, we just give up. Or we realize how much work it's going to take to get 25K a month and we give up again. Whatever it is, whatever you face, don't give up right away. We don't give up on life after we have a bad day. So why give up on your goals when you slip up? When to walk away and when to keep going is entirely up to you. I can't speak for anyone else. But I do know many cases of those who persevered and stuck with it eventually achieved the success they really desired. I'm not guaranteeing that it's going to happen for everyone, but I sure as hell know that life will do its best to test those who truly deserve it. It took 7 years for my dance crew family business to reach the success it's receiving now. So don't be so hard on yourself. If we were this self-critical to ourselves when we were children, then we probably would have never learned how to walk. Always acknowledge the work that you've been doing, connect with your goal, and connect with why you're doing it. So as much as I'm not a huge fan of New Year's resolutions, I'm going to admit that the end of 2013 was pretty tough. And what I've learned with the past few months at the end of 2013 is this year, I guess my New Year's resolution is to love and be loved. And as cheesy as it is, it's really the sum of all the lessons that I've been going through recently and through all the self-reflection and the things I've been participating in. This is what's really been coming up for me. So, what's your New Year's resolution? Let me know by heading over to the blog and leaving a comment. While you're over there, make sure you subscribe to the newsletter so I can give you guys insight and more beyond Emeroy TV. And if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit like, and share this with a friend who you think might benefit from it. Thank you guys for watching Emeroy TV. Happy New Year, have a great rest of the day, and I'll catch you guys next time. Boop! You're over there, make sure you... Bird! I will kill that bird. But what happens if you don't achieve the goal by the set date? Then you die. Just kidding.